In the great kingdom of Zuwara, nestled between the golden savannahs and the towering ebony forests, ruled Queen Amara the Just. Her beauty was only rivaled by her wisdom, and her people revered her for her fairness and strength. She had ascended the throne after the untimely death of her father, King Omari, and had since ruled with grace and courage. From her palace in the heart of the capital, Amara guided her people, ensuring peace and prosperity. Her advisors constantly urged her to take a husband, to secure an heir for the throne, but she dismissed their urgings. She had yet to meet a man worthy of sharing her rule. Far beyond the palace, in the verdant valley of Zuwara, there lived a simple but hardworking farmer named Jahi. With hands as strong as the roots of a baobab tree, he tilled the land inherited from his ancestors, growing millet, yams, and maize. Though poor, Jahi was content, living in harmony with nature and his fellow villagers. Jahi's strength was not only in his body but also in his heart. He was known to help widows with their farms, share his harvest with the less fortunate, and sing songs that carried the wisdom of his ancestors. His kindness made him beloved by many, yet he remained unmarried, waiting for love to find him. One fateful day, Queen Amara decided to journey outside the palace disguised as a commoner, to see the true conditions of her people. She rode with her trusted guard, Zuwara, into the countryside. As they approached the valley, a storm suddenly gathered, bringing heavy rains that turned the roads into treacherous mud. Amara and Zuwara took refuge in the nearest hut, which happened to belong to Jahi. The farmer, unaware of her identity, welcomed them with warmth, offering them dry clothes and a meal. Amara watched him with curiosity, his hands rough from labor, yet his heart as gentle as a river's song. She listened to his tales of the land, his dreams, and his deep love for his people. As they spoke by the fire, something stirred within Amara's heart, something she had never felt before. After returning to the palace, Amara found herself longing for the simple world of the valley, for the laughter in Jahi's voice and the sincerity in his eyes. Against the advice of her closest advisors, she continued visiting the valley in disguise, spending time with Jahi. She listened as he spoke of the struggles of the farmers, of unfair taxes and unyielding droughts, of the beauty of their traditions and the songs of their ancestors. In turn, Jahi found himself enchanted by the mysterious woman who seemed to understand his world in a way few ever had. They walked under the moonlight, sang songs together, and shared stories of their dreams. Slowly, love blossomed between them. Amara knew she could not keep her secret forever. One evening, she revealed her true identity to Jahi. The farmer was shocked, realizing he had fallen in love with the queen herself. He struggled with the truth, he was but a simple man, and she was royalty. But love does not heed rank or status. Jahi confessed his love for her, and for a brief moment they dreamt of a future together. However, their happiness was short-lived. One of the queen's jealous suitors, Prince Tano, had followed her and discovered her secret. Outraged, he informed the royal court, and soon the entire kingdom was whispering about the queen's forbidden love. The court was in turmoil. The elders and nobles were furious, claiming it was beneath the queen's dignity to marry a commoner. Some called for Jahi to be exiled, others for his execution. But Amara stood firm, declaring, "A man's worth is not in his birth, but in his heart." Her words divided the kingdom. The common folk, who had suffered under the rigid rule of the nobles, saw Amara's love as a symbol of hope. The nobility, fearing a loss of power, plotted to rid themselves of Jahi. One fateful night, Jahi was taken from his home by palace guards, accused of conspiring against the throne. Amara, desperate to save him, pleaded for his release. She even offered to renounce the throne, but her advisors refused, saying, "A queen belongs to her people, not to one man." Faced with the possibility of losing Jahi forever, Amara did something no one expected. She challenged the nobles to a trial of wisdom and strength. If she won, Jahi would be freed, and she would be allowed to marry whomever she chose. The trial consisted of 3 parts: a test of intelligence, a test of bravery, and a test of heart. The queen, raised in the palace, was not expected to survive the final challenge. But with Jahi's wisdom, she answered the riddles of the sages. With his courage, she faced the wild beasts in the arena. And with her heart, she proved that love was mightier than any law. The people cheered as she won the trial, forcing the nobles to accept her victory. Jahi was freed, and the queen, having proven her right to choose her own fate, declared him her husband. Though their love had been tested, Amara and Jahi proved that true power lay not in birthright but in the heart. Together, they ruled wisely, bridging the gap between the nobility and the common folk. Under their reign, Zuwara flourished, and the kingdom became a place where love and justice reigned supreme. Their story became a legend, sung by griots for generations, a tale of a queen who dared to love a farmer, and a farmer who became a king in the hearts of his people. Years passed, and Queen Amara and Jahi welcomed a child, their daughter named Nia. She carried the strength of her mother and the humility of her father. From an early age, Nia showed wisdom beyond her years, understanding the struggles of the people and embracing her royal duties with kindness. The nobles, once hesitant, grew to admire the queen's family. They saw the prosperity of Zuwara under Amara and Jahi's reign and accepted that love had truly united the kingdom. But as Nia grew, a new challenge arose. An invading force from the neighboring kingdom of Torin sought to test Zuwara's strength. Queen Amara prepared her daughter to lead, instilling in her the values that had shaped her reign. As the armies of Torin approached, Nia took her place beside her mother and father, preparing to defend their kingdom. Amara, Jahi, and Nia united their people, rallying both nobles and farmers to stand together. Nia, displaying both her mother's wisdom and her father's resilience, devised a strategy to protect Zuwara. Through cunning diplomacy and strength, they faced the invaders in a battle that would determine the future of their land. As peace settled in Zuwara, a secret conspiracy emerged within the palace. A trusted advisor, swayed by the remnants of the Shadow Council, sought to dismantle the queen's rule. Amara, unaware of the deception within her own court, soon found herself trapped in a web of lies. With Amara struggling against internal betrayal, Nia stepped forward, proving her ability to lead. She exposed the conspirators, rallying the people and restoring faith in her mother's rule. Her wisdom and courage reminded all of Zuwara of her royal lineage. As the kingdom faced both internal and external threats, Amara, Jahi, and Nia led their people in a final battle against the last remnants of their enemies. Their unity became their greatest strength, proving that love, wisdom, and courage were the kingdom's greatest weapons. With victory secured, Amara and Jahi reaffirmed their rule, but it was Nia who stood as the kingdom's future. She had proven herself not just as the heir but as a leader worthy of the throne. As she stepped forward, ready to take on the mantle of leadership, Zuwara entered a new era, one defined by justice, wisdom, and unity. Like, comment and subscribe.